When you look at the pictures of the video camera that I'm going to show you how we added the lights here to the office, be sure to look at the items on the top of my desk as a comparison of before and after. So again, when you look at this video clip, take a look at my desktop and see it before and after. Well, this is what the office looked like before we added the lights. And it was pretty dark in there even when it was bright outside. But you can come over here and see a light switch, which we ran a wire up behind the paneling up to an outlet, and then 3 LED lights along the top. Now watch what happens when I turn the light switch on. Now see how nice the entire office is lit up. Even in the daytime, you can see how bright and nice it is in the office. And my special thanks to my son, who worked extra hard getting that wire through this paneling and up to the outlet, and then stood on the ladder for hours to mount all of the fixtures for me. Good job, well done. Well, today we're going to start a new book. We've finished up Philemon, and we're going to be looking at the book of Philippians. And I think that there's a lot of reading assignments that I can give you if you really want to get the most out of these devotions. And that would be to read Acts chapter 16, Acts chapter 20, and that you might want to just glance over a little bit of 1 Thessalonians, around chapter 2, verse 2. So that would be some good reading assignments. Then I would recommend you could probably just go ahead and read fully through Philippians to get a gist of where it's going. And the outline that I'm going to use as we're going through Philippians is the suffering, the submission, the salvation, and the sanctification. Let me say that outline again. The suffering, the submission, the salvation, and the sanctification. I think that's a good outline. One of the things that you want to watch for as we go through Philippians is that they need to stand firm. They need to live in harmony, so Paul is calling them to unity. You want to look at the fact that they're to rejoice in the Lord, not that all things are good, but all things work together for good. And prayer and supplication, I think these are things that you want to look for as you go through the book of Philippians. I particularly like the last chapter, which deals with contentment, as I have used this book in my own personal life. Contentment doesn't come naturally. And Paul says, I've learned to be content. And I think we all need to learn to be content. So as you look at the map today, you'll see that Philippi is in northern Greece. It's not a commercial area, but rather it's a Roman outpost, more of a military type place, and not like some of the other places that Paul has been. There are not a lot of Greeks, not a lot of Jews in this section of Greece, and not perhaps even enough to start a synagogue. So it's an unusual place from that standpoint as well. He's not going to get a lot of opposition from the Jewish population, but he certainly will get some. And as we look at this map, you can see that we'll look at both his second missionary journey and his third missionary journey to see the fact that he went through here more than once. It's believed by most folks that Paul visited on his second missionary journey and probably stayed something around 3 months. And then on his third missionary journey, his visit there was more brief and more of a passing through. So the events that are recorded here are approximately AD 50 through AD 62, and the book itself written from Paul in prison in Rome, probably around AD 62. That's why we're taking it now in chronological order of writing, not of events. So I hope that you'll take a hard look at the book of Philippians, which teaches us the importance of unity, but it also teaches us the importance of sanctification, of growing in our faith and living in Christ, so that we learn how to become content in all that happens, and certainly some wonderful lessons on not all things being good, but all things working together for good, for those that love him and are called according to his purpose. So do some reading in the book of Acts, and do some reading through to get a general feel of how Philippians reads, and be staying tuned for the next couple of days as we go through the book of Philippians. God bless.